Okay, hello there. So in this video, I'm going to basically give some credit to Channel 1 today, but, uh, you know, some criticism as well in this video. So, I actually went to the Arby's in Fresh Meadows today. I was taken by a friend to and from work during my lunch break today, and I was watching Channel 1 for a bit. And okay, I will admit, during the noon broadcast, they were talking about, the R line being suspended overnight. I mean, that's a big deal. That should definitely be covered. And that's really going to be rough for the residents of Bay Ridge who are essential workers and are going to need overnight service. But guess what's not on the homepage, folks? There was a shooting in Jamaica! And there's nothing on the website about it. Yep. You want proof? Go to Queens. Take a look. So we'll watch the homeless encampment video at the end, because this is, of course, a very big deal. Very, very big deal. I mean, you don't have anything about it on your website. Shame on you, Channel 1. Same old Channel 1. So instead, we're going to watch a legitimate report from Channel 7.
Worker shot
So let me just mute my mic.
in the head by a suspect inside the business.
The chaos erupting in Jamaica, Queens, just before 1 o'clock. The suspect on the run tonight.
Eyewitness reporter Jim Dolan live at the scene for us with the very latest. Jim?
Bill, this victim here is described as an ambassador for the neighborhood, the nicest, kindest, gentlest man who was shot in the head this afternoon just doing his job. This all happened just before 1 o'clock this afternoon. A 60-year-old employee was inside this pawn shop here, the Global Pawn Shop, when a man walked in. Neighbors did not hear any screaming, didn't hear any shouting, but they heard the gunshot. Again, 60-year-old man shot in the head. The neighbors from adjoining businesses and a tenant upstairs came running down. They called an ambulance. He was taken to Jamaica Hospital, where he is fighting for his life in critical condition at this hour. Neighbors say the whole event was so frightening for them.
It's tragedy. It's terrible. We all this business neighbors and stuff like that could happen to us. That's not, something we look out for. We came in this country, we was just talking about it, for betterment, not like this to happen.
Again, the victim is 60 years old. He is an employee of the pawn shop. Police have made no arrests in this case yet.
So there you go. I mean, Channel 7 did a fantastic job covering this, and I'm really glad that Jim Dolan, who, he's been there for us when there is a big story in most cases, and I'm really glad that Jim was on the scene today, because that was a very big deal. I mean, this is what I mean, folks. This is the crime that we've been dealing with. And obviously, I will actually give Channel 1 some credit for their coverage of the 3-year-old that was shot in Brooklyn back on Friday. In fact, they did a live report on a Saturday night, but I can't find it anywhere on the website. So something is drastically wrong with their website. Maybe I'm seeing different stuff on the TV side lately. Maybe someone at Channel 1's watching my videos. I don't know at this point. But they have terrible organization with their website. It's not like Channel 7, where Channel 7 at least knows what they're doing. It's like the Daily News, the New York Post, the Queens Courier. Let me take for an example. The Queens Courier had an article right when this happened. So, just again, very, very unfortunate that this happened. So, we do have a description of the suspect according to the 103rd Precinct. So, here's what they're looking for. 103rd Precinct's looking for a suspect who was wearing a black jacket, gray cargo pants, black sneakers, a camouflage Adidas baseball cap with a white logo, and carrying a backpack. And staying in Jamaica, another story Channel 1 is going to ignore, just because there was a church vandalized. So it says here that a man was arrested yesterday and charged with hate crimes after allegedly smashing the windows of a church earlier this month. So this happened on Tuesday, March 8th, according to the 103rd Precinct. Tani Smith of Merrick Boulevard was taken into custody by police from the 103rd Precinct and was charged with criminal mischief as a hate crime and aggravated harassment as a hate crime for allegedly vandalizing Community Church of Christ during the early morning hours of Tuesday, March 8th. So it says here that video surveillance images show the suspect just before 1:30 in the morning, allegedly using a stick to break the front window frame of the main entrance to the Jamaica House of Worship and the glass window located by the front entrance ramp. The suspect then fled on foot. So it says that the hate crimes unit did get involved in the investigation, but we do not have any cause of what happened here. So let's watch the surveillance image. It's about 30 seconds, so... And it appears here the suspect's carrying some kind of wooden plank. All I'm hoping for is that Melinda Katz, the Queens District Attorney, is going to take this very, very seriously. Because this guy should at least be getting the maximum sentence for this. So obviously, since the arrest happened, and I was just double checking this, I'm on Melinda Katz's website, and there's no press release of what happened. So there you go. As I said, I know she's going to be involved in this, obviously, because again, she is the Queen's DA. So let's move on to the next couple of stories I got. At least I got two more I got to read from the Courier, and then we're going to watch the video from Channel 1. So let's see where this happened. Near JFK, so here we go. This happened in the Wakefield section of the airport. Wow, I didn't even know there was a Wakefield section. So here we go. It says Shannon Cassidy Primel, 19 of Elmont, was a passenger in a 2001 Altima that was traveling along South Conduit Avenue near 125th Street around 9:10 p.m. on Friday, March 25th, so it was Friday. The 19-year-old driver swerved to avoid something in the road. The man failed to properly navigate the roadway and lost control of the vehicle, causing it to go off the road and smashing into a tree. So this was according to the Highway District Collision Investigation Squad of the NYPD. Sadly, the young woman was taken to New York City Health Jamaica Hospital Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead. The driver, who was also transported to NYC Health Jamaica Hospital, was listed in stable condition at this time. So, there is an ongoing investigation still by the Highway District Collision Investigation Squad of the NYPD. And then lastly, we have a robbery reported in Glendale, so Channel 1 ignored this too. Police from the 104th Precinct are looking for three men who tried to rip off a family entertainment business located at the Shops at Atlas Park in Glendale earlier this month. Authorities say the three suspects entered the Laser Bounce Family Fun Center located 80-28 Cooper Avenue just before 7 p.m. on Sunday, March 6th. Oh, so right by Elliott Avenue. Once inside, the three men entered an office at the facility, and one of them attempted to open a safe, while the other two acted as lookouts and distracted employees at the location. The trio failed and fled the location empty-handed. There were no injuries during the incident. So, Crime Stoppers has released surveillance images. One was seen wearing a dark jacket. Another wore a black hooded sweatshirt with a black baseball cap. The third suspect was wearing a blue and white long-sleeve shirt. So, let's take a look and pull up this address. And we'll pull it up right here. Yep, so... okay, so this is right by Atlas Park. Okay, so this isn't anywhere near Elliott Avenue. So there you go. I mean, at Atlas Park, you cannot make this stuff up. You just can't. It's same old Channel 1. Same old Channel 1 as usual. So, let's go to Laura Uhl, and I just want to see if she has anything that, she's going to report on. And then again, we'll watch the video from Channel 1 to wrap up the, anything here. Oh, look at this, more robberies! Police released surveillance images of 2 suspects wanted for armed robbery in Springfield Gardens. It happened last Thursday, March 24th, around 5 p.m. on 182nd Street and 149th Avenue. 2 business owners were targeted by 2 suspects with a firearm. They took off with over $25,000 in cash. Police said the suspects took off in a vehicle with Pennsylvania license plate LCX-1798. So, Channel 1 just ignoring the crime, as usual. Oh, and then we have another incident in Jamaica. Police closed off Jamaica Avenue by 153rd Street, reporting a pedestrian struck by a vehicle in Jamaica. Jamaica Avenue was obviously closed for a bit, so it happened right by Jamaica Center. Oh boy, so there you go. So let's see. Alright, so the pawn shop was different. Oh, and then look at this. 7-Eleven stabbing. You cannot make this stuff up. Jamaica Avenue on 224th Street. I've been in this 7-Eleven. Unbelievable. You could not make this stuff up. It's right by a pizza store. So look how much crime is going on here. I mean, oh, and then I'm going to read this one. I'm going to read these last 2. Let's read this one. Robbery in Flushing, Main Street. 2 people were robbed on Main Street on Saturday, March 26th. This is by Horace Harding Expressway. The suspect, male Hispanic, was wearing a blue hoodie with a gun, took off with items after both incidents. The first one occurred around 1 p.m. and second almost midnight. Both targets were females. So far, no injuries. Cops still looking for a suspect. And then, Bayside, Queens. Oh, we have to keep talking about what's going on in Bayside lately. Another crime reported by the 111 Precinct. This time a burglary. And funny enough, I was working in Osnum today. So this happened at 11 p.m. on Friday, March 25th. The vehicle crashed into the woods on Northern Boulevard and 223rd Street. So the vehicle went right into the woods at Alley Pond Park. Ah. The suspects took off on foot after crashing the vehicle, last seen in the greenery area of Alley Pond Park. Oh, and it even gets good. Police from the 111 Precinct believe the same incident in the same area was reported back on Friday, February 11th. Police from the 111 Precinct believe that this is the same suspect that they're looking for in a similar case. Ah! You cannot make this stuff up. You just can't. You just can't, folks. This is just so embarrassing. And you know, Channel 1, they're not going to cover it. Oh, and it even gets good. They had an article about the press conference that John Liu and Ed Braunstein had. And I found out the reason why Councilwoman Palladino didn't attend was she actually had a prior scheduled event at Bay Terrace, so you couldn't get out of it. I understand, these things happen. So there was an awful accident in Harlem today. Here we go, this is it. I do apologize, folks, I forgot. We had 3 more stories. Here we go. 38-year-old woman and child were hit by a car corner of 145th Street and Malcolm X Boulevard at 8:30 this morning. So a 6-year-old boy and a woman. That's who was involved in this. 2 pedestrians were rushed to NYC Health Harlem Hospital for treatment. So it says here that cops could immediately say if the woman and child were related. The vehicle's 68-year-old driver who remained at the scene was taken to a hospital in serious but stable condition. So very, very scary incident, obviously. And that is the car that was involved. Completely forgot about that. And get this. Homicide in Midtown. West 38th Street and 7th Avenue, 5:20 in the morning. So why didn't 1010 Wins cover this morning? I would have thought they would have brought this up on the air, but no. So it says that Essen Ben of Jamaica was unconscious and unresponsive. So it says that homeless men got involved, so very unfortunate. And then this happened. Wallet theft. So here we go. 10:48 a.m. yesterday morning, March 27th, Sunday. 73-year-old man was inside a bodega at 618 8th Avenue and purchasing lottery tickets when an unknown man approached him and tried to grab his wallet out of his hand. The victim resisted and then left the store with his wallet. As the victim crossed the street, the suspect followed and knocked the victim to the ground and kicked him multiple times. Oh yeah, so Channel 7 brought this up after the Oscars last night. This is the surveillance video that was at Port Authority. So, it says here, yeah. The victim was taken to NYC Health Hospital Bellevue in stable condition. So, we do have a surveillance video. I thought I was going to wrap up the video, but I forgot. I just remembered there were a couple more I wanted to talk about in Midtown that Channel 1 did ignore. So, and there you go. And this is what I'm afraid of when I go to the flower show. This is what I'm worried about. Not make this stuff up. Thank God I don't have to take the subway. Thank God. Obviously, if this happened on the railroad, you know the conductors would get involved. Alright, so we are going to wrap up the video. I do apologize about that. I thought that was it, but I just remembered there was another story I wanted to cover in Harlem, and then there was stuff I saw on AM New York in Midtown. So here we go. Here's the homeless encampment video. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, I know how to survive. We out here surviving.
Heriberto Medina Jr. has lived under the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway for 2 years.
We never had an incident here because we look out for each other.
What was once a community to Medina is now just a parking lot due to a new initiative by Mayor Eric Adams.
You would bring a whole army like we're a threat. Nobody called the cops that we're a threat. There's nothing happening.
The NYPD and Department of Sanitation cleared out this homeless encampment Monday. New York One found a half a dozen people being moved. This comes days after Adams announced he would dismantle makeshift shelters across the city within a 2-week period.
We get targeted every time something happens. The homeless, the homeless, the homeless. It's not the homeless that, like there's people that commit crimes that are not homeless.
In a statement, the mayor's office says the city is ramping up efforts to connect unhoused New Yorkers with social services. But Medina says staying in a shelter is not an option.
I told myself I'll never go back to a shelter. I refuse to go back to shelter unless I am in a room by myself.
The mayor has said, though, that living on the street is dangerous, although he can't legally force people into shelters. Homeless outreach workers were on site Monday to help Medina and other people find a place to stay. Medina says he's grateful for the support, but what he really needs is long-term housing.
I just want to get indoors. Cold weather, I don't mind. I've been through this, but I like to rest where I could keep both my eyes closed and actually rest comfortably.
The mayor's office has identified 150 homeless shelters across the city. Its goal is to dismantle all of those by this Friday, and after that, they'll check for new ones. In Williamsburg, Rebecca Greenberg, New York One.